No, no. It should just be like push it up. It should just be.
I don't know what's. Here we go. Hello?
Check, one, check.
One.
Hey, James, first off, congratulations. I know you had to overcome a lot of adversity for this one. Tell me, how good does it feel?
It feels okay. I wanted to knock out. I got up there and the box is much smaller than it was at my last fight. You can't be as far back. I think they need to deepen the box, or it's going to reduce knockouts for tall people. And I don't think that's something they want. So I think they need to make the box bigger again. I think they widened it and shortened it, but the shortness isn't good. So that was kind of disappointing. I'm happy for Nate. It wouldn't have been good if he got knocked out again, so I'm happy he didn't. Not happy that I didn't get a knockout, but I'm happy for him. Yeah.
And you predicted a round 1 KO. Didn't go that way. Did Nate's toughness surprise you?
It surprised me, but my inability to connect surprised me more.
Gotcha. Coming over here, different culture, different time zone. Talk to me about how difficult it was for you, to be able to travel here and perform.
I don't think by the time we had to perform, I was fine. First 4 nights, couldn't sleep too well. Maybe had like 12 hours to sleep the first 4 nights. That was kind of rough. But other than that, I think the main thing was the size of the box. I couldn't step as far back. When I line up, I don't have a bend in my arm. I wasn't able to do that, or I was too deep on his cheek and I'd hit him deep here where it's not going to do damage. So instead of just like letting the whip happen and throwing it like I normally do, I'm trying to guide it, and I was losing balance, you can see, and I wasn't making good connection. So that was kind of frustrating.
Coming off over the title season 3, taking out number 2 in the division. Do you think you're ready for a title shot? They announced Damien DeBell versus Dorian Perez at Power Slam number 10. Do you think you are in line and ready for that shot, or do you want another match and not rush into it?
I would love that match next. I would like the box to be bigger, but I think that all the heavyweights that are my size, and Damien is my size, will kind of have to make adjustments. But it also depends on the style of swing. I would love that fight next. I think I set myself back a little bit by not getting a knockout. That's kind of disappointing. But I think I'm more ready than any other heavyweight. I think that Dorian will get knocked out somewhere around round 3 or 4. I don't think he can go rounds with the bell, and I don't think he's a clean enough fighter to beat him in points if he was able to withstand getting knocked out.
One last one for me. Road to the title 3 contestant, Darren Godfrey, took care of business in the opening match of the night. How excited are you for him?
Couldn't have been more excited for him. That was absolutely ecstatic. That was a nasty knockout. It looked great, and couldn't be happier for Darren. That was great.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, just want to say one more thing. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad, for everything. Appreciate you guys. Love you.
Just a question.
Oh, yeah, I'll answer the question.
Hi, James. Yusuf here.
Hey there, how are you?
Congratulations for the win.
Thank you.
As the first time I ask questions related to Power Slam, tell me what motivates you to participate. Is it the satisfying feeling when you stab someone, or the money, or what?
For me, it's not the money. I want the championship. I got addicted to watching it, and I was like, okay, I can take these guys out. I didn't sign up because I thought I'd be good at getting slapped, or good at slapping. I've taken some severe beatings in my life when I don't go out. So no one's ever going to knock me out, and that's why I signed up for this. Just turns out I can slam people pretty well, but I'm here for the championship. Money is cool. I want a lot of it. Give me all of it. But, that's not what I'm here for.
My final question. When your opponent is going to stab you, what is your thought process? What do you think? Am I going to be knocked out? Or how do you motivate yourself just to stand at that moment?
I'm kind of lucky that my reaction time's slow, so I don't flinch. Otherwise, because in real life, I have a real big flinching problem. But I'm thinking there's no chance they're going to knock me out. Can't take me out. Hit me. That's what I'm thinking. And I've never taken any damage. No headaches, nothing. So it seems like the best sport in the world for me. It feels like it was built just for me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Isaiah, congratulations. The fight went exactly as you predicted it would. What made you so confident going into this one, considering John Davis has never been knocked out?
Russell said it the best. I mean, he said I have a coconut head. I knew that was going to work to my advantage. I knew he wasn't going to take me out. But I knew I just had to dial it in like I did before. Unfortunately, it's on the third time every time, but I'm trying to get it to where it's at that first time. But I just had to dial in the range and dial in on his chin.
You just became the first Puerto Rican power slap champion. What does that mean to you?
Oh, I'm so proud. It's awesome. I mean, I'm so happy to represent Puerto Rico like that. And I knew I was going to be the first one to take this middleweight belt away from John.
It looked like John hurt himself on the very first slap. Did you see that in his eyes?
I saw that. As soon as he looked at me and I saw him grab his shoulder for a second, I knew he was hurt. But I thought he was going to switch it up and go with the left. So I was surprised he kept going with his right.
Was there anything that surprised you in that match from John?
No, John is super strong. I saw it in his past matches against Wesley and Azael. But I just knew that my chin could hold up to it.
After seeing Azael's performance here tonight, do you think he's a worthy contender for you to defend your title for the first time?
Oh, absolutely. And I know that's going to go the distance for sure because, I mean, he has a chin on him too. Even if you drop him a little, he has like that zombie where he walks and like wakes right back up as soon as he just dips down a little.
Awesome, thank you.
Was it tough? Because, when we spoke earlier in the week, you and John, you guys did a little skit together. You were very cordial together. Like, to see someone that you don't have ill will and you actually have respect for just kind of go out like that, was outside of winning the title, was it tough just kind of doing that to someone else?
It was tough seeing him on the canvas like that for sure. I wanted to check on him, but of course I know I had to back up and not go on the other side of the canvas. But yeah, definitely, I was glad he got up and he was okay afterwards.
And how was the crowd in Abu Dhabi compared to Vegas?
Oh, it was amazing. Honestly, like at first, a lot of people doubted me, but the love here was awesome. People yelling out my name, and honestly, the love I was getting on my side of the stage was awesome.
You gonna get back to the States in time for the World Series?
Oh, absolutely.
How many Yankees fans, correct?
Yep.
How are they gonna do it?
Oh, Yankees are gonna win for sure. I think Yankees gonna go at least. I want to say clean sweep. Yankees going to do a clean sweep, but we'll see.
One more question. Sorry.
Yep.
You took part in some slap competitions before with Dumpling, so you've known him even before he made his debut in Power Slap. What was your impression of him before and now?
Dumpling is actually the reason I got into this. I tried out on the same show he was on, and when I saw the video that they posted to start advertising for people to come out, I knew I wanted to be part of it. So, I mean, it's cool to be around Dumpling and to be with all these guys and legends, to be honest. But yeah, it's super surreal to be around the guys that actually got me into it.
And how did you score his fight?
Hawaiian won that one. If Dumpling would have taken the point for the clinch, he definitely would have been the champion right now.
All right, thank you.
One question here. Do you think that having a long beard reduced the impact of the slap?
To be honest, a lot of people ask me that question. When it comes to having a beard, I think is more of a risk where you could actually get injured or clubbed a lot easier because you could hide palming somebody in that beard. So if you go and you lead with your palm, you could kind of hide it if you push up into that beard. So I wouldn't have a beard. I don't plan on growing one anytime soon.
Normally, in this fight and previous matches, do you have like some symptoms after having these stabs, or like headache or some other things?
In all my matches, I haven't had a headache. I mean, only a little swollen face for a couple of days, and it goes down. I think the worst injury I've ever had was a black eye.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Ну, слушаю.
Dublin, you've known about the crazy Hawaiian for a long time, back to your previous slap fighting experience before joining Power Slap. Did anything surprise you that he brought to the table tonight?
Ты давно знал про Crazy Hawaiian еще до того, как ты начал сражаться в слэп. Что-то сегодня тебя о нем удивило, когда ты с ним был напротив него стоял?
Ничего не удивило. Я думал, он бьет сильнее.
Nothing surprised me, but I thought he hits
Меня
harder.
били сильнее, намного сильнее.
I've been hit harder, way harder.
Как бы просто удар не пошел. Со мной бывает такое. Со мной. У меня удар не пошел, со мной такое бывает.
I just couldn't get my hits off.
В следующий раз будет лучше.
Next time will be better.
There was a lot of complaining on both sides about chin tucking and shoulder raising. What did he think about the reffing in this match?
Очень много с обеих сторон претензий насчет поднимания плеч, насчет того, что прятали подбородок. Как тебе, что ты думаешь по поводу вообще судей в этом матче?
Судьи. Это непонятное решение.
Не судьи, извини, рефери.
Рефери. Ну, не, какой, который вариант, который нет.
Который говорил, поднимать и пускать плечи.
Нет, к нему претензий никаких нету вообще. Типа, ну, все как бы нормально, только, возможно, одна претензия, правильно он неправильно объяснил, когда он сказал, типа либо очко, либо удар. Стояли, думали, что нам делать, бить, не бить. Непонятно. В итоге мы приняли решение бить, типа якобы очко снимут, я так понимаю, возможно, его не сняли, потому что сняли, кто его знает. Сейчас непонятно. Как бы, но мне кажется, меня больше как-то он просил плечи типа, опускать, а Гавайца не просил как бы. Если нормально. Ну, понятно, ну, что получилось, что бывает.
No questions to the ref. Respect to the ref. I think the ref, he was a good guy. I think the only question is, took forever to try to understand what the hell he was talking about when it came to taking the point off, not taking the point off, slapping again, not slapping again, and not really understanding whether the point was taken away or not at the end. I think they told you the point was taken away, but then why is your draw? I mean, so I think he was actually telling me to put my shoulders down way more than he was telling him to put his shoulders down. But other than that, no questions. Whatever happened, it is what it is.
Is there anything that can be done to help clarify those rules in the next match so that we don't have the same, the same confusion?
Что-то можно сделать для того, чтобы правила и вообще вся эта игра была больше понятна в следующий раз, чтобы не было вот таких вопросов, как произошли во время боя?
Ну, более, наверное, внятно надо объяснять правила. Ну, именно что вот, если вот такой вот вариант просто подходит, чтобы подходил судья делать тебе либо очко, либо удар. То он говорит на одно, непонятное. Хотелось бы еще одну вещь сделать, ну, приложение Фрэнку, Даны, что когда у нас происходит взвешивание face-to-face, чтобы на этом кидали монетку. Чтобы, ну, все люди видели, кто будет бить. А то где-то там кто-то решил, что кто-то будет бить. А так будет более красиво и будет честно. Вот мы стоим вдвоем, пусть судья кидает монетку. Упала, камера показала, кто бьет, все чисто, открыто. У меня нет претензий, что, например, сейчас вот я второй, в тот раз я был первый. Ну, просто хочется видеть. Раньше было, что у нас в России и в Польше, потому что они у нас-то приняли, что при нас подкидывали прям в поединок. Но это как бы затягивает. Можно сделать эту церемонию на взвешивании и будет более красиво.
Basically the only thing that I would say is just be a little more clear about the rules. When it came to a situation like we have today, just be super clear about it. You either hit or you get the point. So there's no in between. So whatever happened took forever for us to get off, to get going. But the thing with the only suggestion maybe I have also for Frank and for Dana is that when it comes to the weigh-ins, that there should be an actual televised coin toss in front of the two fighters. Let the ref throw the coin up, let us see how the coin lands, and then we know who hits first, who hits second. Because we don't know where this coin toss happened, who did the coin toss, who chose who's going first. And this way, this is the way we used to do it in Poland. Sometimes it would take longer for the show to kick off because they were doing it during the fight, right there. I have no issue with me being the second to go, or the last time I was the first one to go. I don't care, but make it clear, throw the coin up, let everybody see it, and then we know who goes first.
does a rematch make the most sense for you next?
Реванш – это то, что должно произойти следующим.
Да, не заменить. Ну, чем быстрее, тем лучше.
Absolutely, the sooner the better.
Zales is the only person to beat both Dumpling and the Crazy Hawaiian in the past. Are you looking forward to a matchup against Zales one day in the future?
Зейлс в прошлом победил и тебя, и его. Тебе кажется, что тебе стоит сразиться с Зейлс в будущем?
А с Залишем?
Да.
Почему бы нет? Но здесь будет правило более жесткие, и он и тут хитринки Залиша не прокатит, что он вытворял в Польше. Поэтому он сюда и не хочет.
Yeah, of course, that would make total sense, except the tricks, the little games that he was playing back in Poland, they're not going to work here. They'll stop him right away. So that's why he doesn't want to come here, because he knows that he won't play by the rules here.
Awesome. One last one. When he hears Dana White say that he was the reason that he got into Power Slap and started this promotion, how does it make him feel?
Когда ты слышишь, что Дэйна Уайт начал Power Slap из-за тебя, какие-то чувства у тебя возникают?
Честно, этот вопрос уже, как бы, поднадоел. Каждый не раз его спрашивает. Чувство гордости, что как бы, такой человек, как он, такой босс сделал спорт. Он шоу сделал спорт. Потому что из-за меня то, что вот увидел, как я бью людей.
You know, to be honest, I've answered this question I don't know how many times. It's a bit annoying at this point. Yes, I'm very proud of the fact that somebody like Dana White, a guy of his caliber, saw a show that he was able to turn into a sport. So that's amazing that he saw me, and I'm proud of it, but the question has been asked.
Thank you.
Вопрос. Скажи, пожалуйста, вот ты сказал, что судья какой-то выбор давал или переливать, забирать балл. Как ты думаешь, если ты все-таки забрал балл, победа была на твоей стороне, может быть, в данной ситуации, когда ты понимал, что удар не идет, что лучше было бы все-таки забрать очко, если получилось?
What do you think? What do you think if it was very clear to you whether it was going to be a point or a slap, if the referee was very clear about what's happening? You think if you clearly took the point away, you think that you would have won?
Question here.
Well, wait, he just answered.
Нет, ну, как он думает?
Да, сейчас скажу. Ну, я думаю, что да, если бы я точно знал, я вот, как бы сказал бы забрать очко, скорее всего, возможно, я бы выиграл, и поэтому даже, после боя Гавайец это сказал. И когда бой закончился, его он в угол, в красной футболке, чемпион, который среднего веса, или как он, тоже, он мне поздравил меня, что сказал, что я выиграл. Так, судьи решили по-другому, как уже после драки кулаками не машут. Что есть, то есть. Надо, нам всегда надо нокаутировать, чтобы не было вопросов.
Yeah, I think definitely if there was a clear point takeaway, which I'm sure it might have been, but if it was very clear that the point was taken away, I think that I would have won. Hawaiian said something about points afterwards when we shook hands after the fight, and then even his coach, the red corner coach, told me that I won, so I wasn't clear.
Ты понимаешь, почему ты не пошел удар, с чем это связано? Или волновался, или он какой-то неудобный, или из-за большой бороды, как-то челюсть не видно, или что-то там.
Do you know why you couldn't get off? You couldn't get the right hit? Was it because he's uncomfortable to hit? Was it because of the big beard? What, you couldn't see the chin? What was the deal?
Он неудобно стоит. Да. У него неудобная стойка, и вот, сразу не задалось. Не пошло, бывает такая штука. Частенько у него. Если прет, то прет, если не прет, то не прет. Главное, что держак остался.
It's his stance. I think he's very uncomfortable for me the way he stands. But it happens, it happens a lot. Sometimes I can't get off the hit the right way, and sometimes it goes, sometimes it pours out, sometimes it doesn't pour out. So sometimes it happens.
Вась, приветствую тебя. Вот в перерывах, точнее после того, как наносил удары Гавайец, ты ему старался так немножко выводить на эмоции, и сам, возможно, выводился на эмоции. Почему всегда вот после того, как выпускал, показывал то язык, то так пытался чуть раздразнить?
In between rounds after you took a hit, you constantly were trying to provoke some kind of emotion from him. You stuck your tongue out at him, you smiled at him, whatever. You were trying to get some sort of emotions out of him. You were also getting a little bit emotional. Why was that a thing that you were doing? Why were you trying to get something out of him?
Я его никак не хотел разозлить, я просто улыбался, ему говорил, и чё? Все.
I had nothing. Wasn't trying to get something out of him. I just smiled at him and I said, "So what? Is that it?"
Вась, еще ты перед турниром говорил, что непонятная была ситуация с флагами, можно, нельзя выходить. В итоге ты вышел с флагом. Расскажи, когда именно ты понял, что можно будет выносить флаг, и насколько для тебя это было важно?
Before the fight, you said that there was some sort of a situation with the Russian flag. You said that at first it was not okay for you to come out with it. Then eventually you actually did come out with it. So do you know what? Can you tell us exactly when it was clear for you that the flag was approved?
Стало известно после взвешивания, что я пришел на взвешивание с флагом, не разрешили. Я начал там спорить, почему нельзя, в Абу-Даби типа выходит наши, показывал фотку Александра Волкова, Шарля Пулита, что вот они с флагом выходят, и Фрэнк сказал, я же разберусь и дам тебе ответ. И вот где-то в обед после взвешивания он сказал, что тебе можно русский флаг. Для меня это большая гордость.
You know, I knew about it after the weigh-ins. So during the weigh-ins, there was a thing where I was told, no, I'm not allowed to. I came into the weigh-ins with the flag, but I wasn't allowed to go out and weigh in with the flag. So I was asking why. I went to Frank. I asked him what the deal was. I told him that Alexander Volkov here came out with it. Sharon Wood came out with it. And in Abu Dhabi, a Russian flag is okay. And so Frank said he was going to take care of it. And sometime around lunchtime is when he texted and said, you can come out with it.
И последний вопрос. Вот перед началом схватки, получается, Гавайи себя так вел чуть эмоционально, немножко игрался с залом, тебя где-то пытался спровоцировать. Ты стоял прям очень и очень спокойно. А расскажи, что у тебя в этот момент в голове происходило?
Before the fight, the Hawaiian came out. He was kind of a little bit of a showman. He was playing off the crowd. He was trying to look at you, get some emotions out of you. And you were very stoic. You were very focused. So can you tell us what goes through your head before the fight?
Я просто фокусировался на себе и цирк не показывал, что я же клоун.
I was just focused on myself. I wasn't in the circus. I'm not a clown. I don't need to make any faces.
I don't question here. Do you think that the crazy Hawaiian, the way he moves between the rounds and his facial expressions affect the judges' scorecards?
Как ты думаешь, то, как себя ведет Crazy Hawaiian между раундами, его выражение лица, каким-то образом влияет на судей и их решения в итоге?
Не знаю, вообще не знаю. Я в принципе не наблюдал, что он там делает. Маленечко там что-то танцует, орет.
I don't know. I actually wasn't really paying attention to what he's doing. What does he dance? He screams. I don't know.
Yeah, he was like dancing and cheering with the audience.
No, он танцевал и заводил зал.
Молодец.
Great job.
Okay, last question. If you have the authority to add one more rule to the set of rules that we have in Power Slap, or remove one rule, what would you do?
Если бы у тебя была возможность и полномочия одно правило или добавить в Power Slap, или одно правило убрать из Power Slap, что бы это было за правило? Про монету.
Ну, правило первого удара про монету, как ты говорил, вот, монета было бы интересно, и просто вот, ну, как вот, судьи, они очень много нам рассказывали, как надо стоять, как надо бить, но это, не буду материться, оленю понятно, как это надо бить и все остальное делать. А вот именно вот этот подсчет очков, это уже более тонкости. Вот эти тонкости надо рассказывать спортсменам, угловым, чтобы было все понятно. А как бить, мы и так знаем, как бить. Раз показали, и все. Что там 10 раз одно и то же жевать.
Well, maybe that coin toss rule that I was talking about in the beginning. But the other thing is that when it comes to the rules, we're told the rules 25 minutes in a row, over and over again, how to hit. What is the way to hit? But we all know, anybody knows how to hit. You show us one time, and this is how you hit. But what would be important is if they could tell us about the scoring, how the scoring is done, when is the point taken, who gets the 10, who gets the 9. That part is very important to us. We know how to hit already.
That's a great answer. Thank you.
And the last one, if you don't mind. The last one. Тебе Дэна Уайт подошел сразу после объявления результатов. Скажи, что он тебе говорил, понятно, что через переводчика, но о чем был разговор?
Dana White was talking to you right after the results were announced. Obviously, you were talking through a translator, but could you tell us what the conversation was about?
Она может, да, сказать, по идее.
Думаю, да.
Он сказал, что я выиграл по бизнесу. Ну, Но это толку с этого нету. И он сказал, что он не заплатит как за победу. Вот и все. Я ему сказал спасибо, пожали руки и сказал, встретимся, блин, ну еще. Он сказал так, типа вот в этот уикенд. То, что я сказал, у меня для тебя есть президент.
Можешь рассказать, что за президент?
А потом увидите.
He came up to me and told me that according to Vistic's scorecard, I won. And then he also told me that he'll pay me my win money as well. And then I asked him if we're going to see each other this weekend at all. And he said yes. And I told him to have a present for him. And the question was, what is the present? Can you tell us what the present is? And the answer is, you'll see.
Спасибо большое.
Конечно. Вам спасибо.
Thank you.
Валя.
That don't looks good next to me, does it?
The crazy one.
What's up, Cole?
I know you know Dumpling for a very long time. Did anything surprise you tonight?
He should have hit harder. He had 7 times to hit me, and I didn't rock, I didn't buzz. He didn't even do anything to me. I don't think anybody can. I might have to move down to heavyweight and pick up the belt.
This is the first time we see you flinch. Did you think he was going to strike harder?
It came as a surprise to me. I had to watch it back myself. I really feel like I didn't flinch, and then I watched it back, and I agreed. I had flinched at least one time, but I don't know about the other time.
I mean, this entire fight week, it was the most calm, cool, collected that I've ever seen in any fights. Talk to me about the mentality and the state that you were in going into this matchup.
I mean, I usually have a big posse with me, my brothers around me, camera crews and all that. And I came here just me and God. It was solid. My head was clear. I know what I had to do. I just didn't expect him to eat them shots like the way he did.
Talk to me about the chin placement of Dumpling, because you're speaking to the refs a lot about it between rounds. And did they actually get it right in the end?
I think the 5th round, that was if he stood like that on every round, I think I would have at least stumbled him back, dropped him or something, because his shoulders was up and then he came down and just trying to put it back up, came down, trying to put it back up. And then, the tucking of the chin, I don't know if it's just a Polish or a Russian thing, but I think they're scared of getting hit on the chin. I think they know something, huh?
Do you agree with this being a draw?
He could have won if he didn't take those extra slaps, to be honest. He was winning on points. I think I get a minus point, right? If he doesn't, he gets to choose. I think he got it confused. So, I don't know, his corner, everybody in his corner, his coach, they should have told him that I had the chin that I have. And he should have not take those extra slaps, to be honest. I felt like if I had to judge him by points, and he might have came away with the belt, but it is where it's supposed to be.
James Sneakman earlier talked about the box being too small for the bigger guys to properly deliver a strike. Do you believe that's true?
No, absolutely not. I've been delivering strikes to people, I've been dropping people, everything here in Power Slap doesn't need to be worked on. It's the people that come up and try the sport out. We got it all figured out here at Power Slap.
What makes the most sense for you next?
I mean, we obviously want that rematch. It has to happen. I don't think there's anything else for me. I don't think I need to call anybody out. People laugh at me when I say I'm going to go drop down to heavyweight. The amount of people doubt me is crazy because anything's possible. Anything possible.
The crowd was chanting one more round. Dana talked in his press conference of potentially going back to Nevada and seeing if that rule could be changed. Would you be for that?
I would be for that because that's like in football where we get, overtime. Let's implement that. We all don't want to see a draw. We don't want to see a real winner. I think the only people that are winning here tonight is the crowd because they were all amazing and they witnessed a show. I very much gave them the money's worth.
One last one for you. Where do you prefer competing? In America or over here in Abu Dhabi?
I would love to compete in Hawaii. That'd be nice, huh? What do you guys think? Everybody want to come to Hawaii? All right. This place is amazing. There's nothing like anywhere else I've ever been. I love this place. It's got to be in my top 1 or 2 places to be. So I would gladly come back over here. The people are great. The hospitality is great. Everything is great. And respect goes a long way here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey, for Slap News, the one and only. Y'all hire this guy. Put him on a payroll. How what you guys doing? Wasting you guys' time over here.
Right in front. When we cover MMA, there's a reigning champion that they can admit maybe I should have lost this if it was a draw or anything. It almost stings worse than if they had just been put out, like they knew they lost. Is there any similar thoughts? I would have been okay if I had lost it, put me away, but just the draw makes it sting a little more.
I really thought that they were going to give it to him anyway on the stage, and I yelled at Dana, Frank, and Erica. I said, no matter the outcome, I go out with my shield on my back, and the rematch has to happen because he didn't do nothing to me. He didn't face me. I think he used the table quite a few times to hold himself up, and I think the refs, the officials, they need to see that. They need to see that, and at least give him a 8 count. Because having a table hold you up after you get slapped, I think that's if you're leaning on it. I don't know. That's something we gotta really look into.
There was a lot of you guys were making faces at each other, kind of just playing into each other's personalities, but you both said he thought he won, you thought he was kind of holding himself up. Will there be less of that the next time, just strictly business? I want to put this guy up.
Yeah, I wanted to prove a point. People ask me, "Oh, do you train for this?" I really don't. It's a natural thing. I just come out here and do my thing. Imagine if I did train. How unfair it would be for everybody. So the next time I come out here, it's going to be different because I'm not going to want to go and leave it to the judges. And I know I have to train.
Last one for me. We saw the video of you and Max greeting each other in the hall at the hotel. What was it like, finally running into him after the story you told us from high school?
Yeah, I never saw him since that time. And to see him and ask him, because I remember that. I don't know if he remembered. So I asked him, you remember that?
He remembers. We saw it on the media day.
All right, he remembers. It was surreal because, he's a walking legend. People consider me one, but I'm humble enough to take whatever people want to call me. He is the definition of a living legend. And it was an honor just to be in his presence, just to see him, honor him in all his glory, and just to shake his hand, man. It's like shaking God's hand, you know what I mean?
The crazy in a way.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I have a question. What motivates you to continue doing what you are doing? Maybe some conservative people would say in the long run you may have some health issues or concussions. What motivates you? Is it to be the toughest on planet Earth or?
Listen, numbers don't lie. I take 7 slaps to the face. How much you think Max Holloway is going to take to everywhere else? It's a sport that's being looked at, concentrated about being hit in the head, but you got unanswered punches, unanswered blows in MMA fights. No one's saying anything because it's so entertaining, right? This is going to be entertaining for a long time, and I'm going to be the champ for a long time. I'm going to go down to a double champ because I don't think nobody's touching this belt. At least there's no one else for me. I got to get my health back in line. I don't feel like I even got slapped in the face right now. So to all those naysayers, all those people that are saying this is a CTE thing. I don't know. Do a CTE test for me. I've been doing it longer than anybody in the sport. I've been doing it longer than any of these people on the roster. Come do a test on me. See if I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the numbers don't lie. You see all these people boxing, kickboxing, all these sports. They're getting hit in the head over and over and over again per round. I got hit 7 times, and I didn't feel any of it.
Great. Another question: in a street fight, which martial art you feel is the best to knock out your opponent? Is it boxing, power slap, maybe?
Hawaiian martial arts. You laugh, but it's a real thing. Art of bone breaking and pressure points. I can take out someone's life just by thinking about it, but I don't because I'm a godly man and I'm a good person. Hawaiian martial arts over everything.
Today I saw an interview with Rio, and you told him about your training routine, and one of the things that you are training is to put your wife when you make. Can you elaborate more about this?
Yeah, you know when you put your kids on your neck?
Yeah.
You put your kid on your neck and hold their legs? I put my wife on my neck. And, I move my head around, turn her around. And I eat that. Just like the dumpling.
Last one down there. To your left. You mentioned, speaking of eating, you mentioned going down to heavyweight. What kind of lifestyle changes is that going to consist of?
I just have to, stop the late night snacks. After I eat it again. So I just have to eat better. The 100%. This is not just the thing that I do. I ate a box of pizza before I got here. I should have brought it up here and ate it in front of you guys. It's just something that I love to do. I love food,
Do you know the most calories you have a day?
I probably intake 20,000 calories a day.
Whoa.
That's not even a joke. You should see me eat breakfast. Thank you guys. Shout out to my sponsors, Hey, I'm not talking about this. Hire Slap News right now. You guys are sleeping on this guy.
Sorry.